So I'm so sorry. I'll start again and say welcome, everyone. So good to have you here. I can see I've got lots of people watching, even though no one's been able to hear me up until this moment. So my apologies to everyone. I think obviously I have my head in packing. We've been packing normally I'm a big fast packer. I pack right at the last minute. It's always been the way I pack when I'm going on a trip, and I wait until the very last second, throw it all in a bag and hope for the best. And that has worked for me in the past, but my husband is not like that. He likes to have everything very organized, and this time I decided I was going to be organized too. Hello again. Halfway to USA already. Exactly. Oh, thank you for your understanding. All right, I'll get rid of the banner. Thank you. Hide that comment. There we go. So yes, we've been doing a lot of packing today and going through boxes to find travel items and all those kind of things that you do just before a trip. And it's been full on. And I obviously have my head in that and not thinking about what I had to do here tonight. So I do apologize. And here we go. All right. So let's switch over to the desk, and we're going to look at some mini catalog stuff today. So the other thing I've been doing, well, that's a bit crooked, isn't it? Let me straighten that up. The other thing I've been doing today is, and it's been a bit of fun, to be honest. Yesterday I recorded, actually day before Friday, I recorded 5 videos in one day. And then yesterday I recorded 2 more. All for different purposes, but in that number of videos, so 7 videos I've recorded, this is the 8th one I've done in the last couple of days. 4 of those are for your Friday and Sunday nights while I'm away. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to New Orleans on Tuesday. We leave. We actually fly out on Tuesday, although we're leaving here tomorrow, but we fly out of Australia on Tuesday. And then Friday and Saturday night this coming week, Friday and Sunday night, my normal nights that I go live, I've actually scheduled a live video for you each night. Some of them I have done only one video. There's one that one card, one project. There's one of them, one of the 4, I've done a full complement of 2 cards, and it goes for about an hour, but the others are all about half an hour long. So there you go. I know, so much to do. It's just amazing. You don't realize. And I've been working off a list for a week, and gradually getting my list smaller and smaller, which has felt really, really good. And I've only got a few things left on it now, so that feels great. But man, it's a lot of work to get through the list. So there you go. Oh, that's okay. I just hope that you guys can still relax and just enjoy it, even though you won't be. What I did find, it was harder for me because I didn't have you guys to tell me what to do. You know how I say, shall we use this color or that color or this stamp set or that stamp set? Well, I couldn't do that. I had to come up with all my own ideas. So it was a lot harder. But anyway, tonight I thought we'd do something with the Splendid Day stuff because I haven't done very much with this. The cats are going to miss. Well, you know what? I don't know. The kids are here. The kids will be looking after them. And for anyone who's really worried about that statement, one of my children is actually an adult. The other one is, well, he's nearly 17, so I don't know what we call him. He's a teenager, and we can't really say he's nearly an adult, but my daughter is nearly 20, so this is the first time I have ever left them on their own for a period of time, and I'm a little bit nervous about it, a bit anxious, but I'm probably more anxious than anybody else. Everybody else is going, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. And my daughter got her P's on Thursday just gone, so she's going to be driving the car while we're away. So yeah, there's a few things I'm a little bit shaky about. Yeah, okay. So yes, I'm going to use this set because it's really, really pretty. Okay, the colors in here are just gorgeous, and the paper is beautiful. Like, it's a specialty paper, so it's got lots of foils, and I've got some of the pack here to show you. I haven't got a whole pack because I've been using it and I've done a few really lovely things with it, but you're going to get a bit of an idea of how pretty this is. So I'm actually going to use, if Cheryl's here tonight, I don't know if Cheryl's here, but I'm using the purples tonight, Cheryl, going purples. So, yeah, that'll be fun. And I know how much you love purple. So one side has got a foil and the other side is more plain. Okay, it's very nice. I know exactly. They have to learn to fly, but normally I feel like it would be better if I was around to help them. But in some ways, it might be really good. Emma's really excited about doing it on her own. She's actually busting, I think, to prove that she can do it. And, you know, she's been going through cookbooks to work out what she's going to cook. And she's, you know, talking about, you know, I've got to write tonight. I'm going to sit down after this and write out a checklist of everything that has to be done, you know, morning routine, evening routine, what day the bins go out, what day this happens, what day that happens, all that kind of stuff. You know, Ben needs to be picked up from school on a Monday afternoon, things like that. So, yeah, all those little things that they'll need to be aware of. But she's busting to do it on her own, and I think my son's a little less confident, but that's okay. That's all right. Oh my goodness, he came home, Jenny. That's great news. Wow, that's really good. We love good news stories. Love, love, love a good news story. That's really very exciting. All right, so this is Petal Pink, this color, and you can see this beautiful foils on one side, and on the back, actually, we've got Calypso Coral and a bit of Petal Pink on there. And then this is oh, is this soft sea foam? I think it's soft sea foam. It's definitely got a green touch to it. Yes, it's soft sea foam on the back as well. You can see it's got a really pretty little subtle pattern. So these are really, really pretty papers, really beautiful. Let's see, this is really beautiful. So this is your Calypso Coral. Even the non-foil side is very beautiful as well. Let's get more of that. That's the same one. I like this. This is soft sea foam with a white embossed. I don't know if you can see the texture on there. It's like a white embossed image. Really, really beautiful. It's lovely. And on the back, I actually love this paper. This is Pool Party and soft sea foam together. Don't they look good together? Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, there we go. And there's the purple again. The Fresh Freesia is this color. I'm going to use that one tonight. That one's making a bag and some more bits and pieces. And there's some Sahara sand here. That's really rather nice. I like that. The bit of neutral color in there as well. So that's what I've got left of my pack. It's a really beautiful, really, really beautiful paper. And it's a specialty paper. So specialty papers retail for $27 here in Australia, and your standard DSP with no foil or embossing or anything like that, that retails for $21 for a pack. So that's a standard pack of 12 sheets of 12 by 12. It is really pretty, isn't it? It's so, so gorgeous. Oh, that's okay, Joan. Look, you know, this is also, you know, you're saying going all to all that trouble, but this is also my job. So, I mean, not that I want to take away from the fact that I do want to do it for you guys, and absolutely, I'm glad that I can serve you in that way, but it's also my job. So, so Joan, oh, I've forgotten Robin's other name all of a sudden, which I know it really well because Robin came on a couple of incentive trips with us many years ago, and I've known her way back since 2008. So, and I've just gone completely blank on her surname, but yeah. Yes, she is going, and we've got like a chat group going, and everyone's talking about when they're leaving. I think one girl's already gone, and then I have one of my girls, Courtney, she's leaving tomorrow, and then we leave the day after that. So yeah, Robin Lawton, thank you very much. Yeah, she's gorgeous, lovely, lovely girl. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to spending some time with her in New Orleans. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's have a little play with this. You can see the bundle is here. We've got the Splendid Thoughts stamp set and the Splendid Stems dies, and so they together make the Splendid Thoughts bundle. Okay, you can buy them separately, of course, but if you're wanting to buy the bundle, it's over here. You get 10% off, so instead of being $101, it's $90.75. And there's some other little fun things. There's the soft sea foam seam binding ribbon, which I use a lot. It's gorgeous. That's what we used the other night when we wrapped it around on Friday night. We wrapped it around this little craft box. Remember that? And we've also got these little gorgeous trinkets here, which are just beautiful. So it's a beautiful set. You can buy the whole suite together, or you can buy all the individual pieces that you prefer. Okay, so I do like all the samples. Really, really nice. But I just thought tonight we'll have a bit of a play with both the stamps. And I'm going to start with, I told you I'm in a purple mood tonight. We're going to start with some Fresh Freesia cardstock. And I'm going to grab out a block, and I'm going to use this stamp here, which is kind of it's a distinctive kind of stamp. So it's got that light and dark. Actually, that might be too big a block. I might go with a smaller block. See is better. Right, and I'm going to use this as a background. So I'm going to get my fresh freesia, and tone on tone makes a really, really good background. So let's ink it up, and you can see how nice it looks. The tone looks good. The fresh freesia looks good on the fresh freesia cardstock, and that's pretty much the same, I think, with almost any tone on tone work. And I'm just going to create a background with this. So I'm like creating my own DSP, really. I just love it's a very pretty little stamp. I love the way it goes light and dark. Yeah, thanks, Jody. I think it's a gorgeous color too. Yeah, so we're talking about the cats today and saying, will they miss us while we're gone? Crumpet's already been exploring inside my suitcase, but the kids are going to be here, so they won't be too lonely. So it'll be really interesting to see. But I'm only gone for just over 2 weeks. My husband's gone for 6, so he's staying over there another month. And I'm coming back on my own. I don't mind traveling on my own. Quite like it, actually. All shades of purple? Yeah. Yeah. Well, magenta's more pinky cone, like a strong, reddy, pinky purple, isn't it? All right, that looks really nice just as a little background. Now, beforehand, just to save a little bit of time, I went and cut a couple of squares from the Stylish Shapes dies out of that beautiful foil paper. And I was thinking, I don't know yet what size I want to have on here. I'm thinking maybe the bigger one, actually. All right, and I'm thinking we might explore and have a little bit of, I cut some of the foliage. So let me show you the dies. These dies are really pretty. So I'm going a little shorter tonight because my husband is keen for me to get back into the packing. You know, I did actually cut earlier for a different card. This was actually cut with this die here, but I didn't want to put, I don't think I want to put the green on there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So I'm just going to see if I've got any little pre-cut labels that would look rather nice. I've got a little tag here which does look good, and we could use some fresh freesia ribbon with that. That would look good. So you can see this is a super easy card, really easy. We're not going to, or I could also, I've also got like a little label here like this, which would look rather nice. And this one's from the Boughs of Holly, the Holly dies. And then I could also use the Stylish Shapes. I've got this one here which has got the stitching. That's nice too. I don't know, which one do we like? Do we like a particular one? So let me start working on this. Move this to one side. If we use the tag, I'll tie some ribbon, some fresh freesia ribbon through here. If we could decide to use, well, the thing is, let's look at our sentiments. If I'm using a sentiment out of here, I'm going the sending hugs. Probably this one might be a little bit narrow for that. It will fit on the tag and it will fit on this little guy, this little label here. So, all different people telling me what they like. A white mat behind the foil so it stands out more. Yes, we might be able to do that. That could work. Sponge the edges of the tag. Now, I love sponging the edges of, like if I wanted to, I would probably sponge the edge of this label, but I'm not as keen to sponge the edges when I have a perforated edge because it looks okay, but I want the perforated edge to be the star of the show, not the sponging. So sometimes I don't do that. First, second label, the last one, like the first tag, second one. Everyone's got a different opinion on this one. So what was the first one? What was the first one? Jody said to sponge edges of tag, and Michelle said second label. So this one. I don't know. Don't know. Well, let's stamp on both of these and just see how it goes. And I think I'm just going to once again use the fresh freesia. And I'm going to grab the Sending Hugs because that's rather a nice, Sending Hugs is a really good all-round kind of a, actually it's a little bit narrow. I'll do a different block. it's a good all-round sentiment, because you could send hugs for good occasions or sad occasions or just hello type occasions. So it looks rather nice on there. And that one looks nice on there. So either of those look really good. This one's going to be too thin, so we can't go with the thin one unless I choose a different stamp set and pick a different sentiment. So if I am going to go with this, and we think we need, the suggestion was made for a white mat. I think that's probably a good suggestion. So let me grab some white cardstock. Grab my trimmer as well, and let's see how big this is. So that is just over 7. So let's go 7.5, and that should give us just a little white mat, little tiny one, but it'll be big enough. So that's popping that on there, and you're going to get a little bit of a white mat all the way around. Do we like that better? Is that good? I think it does look good. So nice idea. Thank you for that. This Tombow is getting a little bit low. I go through a lot of Tombow. You might imagine, you know, I pop either Tombow or dimensionals on almost every single order. And then sometimes I also throw on some glue dots as well. But they're the ones I tend to order the most. Right, that's looking nice. So did we decide, or did we not? If I can't find the other label, then we will have decided. Did it stick to my arms? Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks like we're having the tag, guys, because because that's the one that I found. That's the one that seems to be presenting itself. And I want it to go off the edge just a little bit. But before I do that, I'm going to throw some fresh freesia ribbon. Here, I've got some right here. I've always got some close by. This is the, you could use white. There would be more contrast with white. But for this one, I am going, and I'm deciding whether I'm going to do my normal trick of using it. Will I? No. I'm going to try tying a very small bow. Let's see if we can do that. Sometimes a bow on a tag can be a little bit cumbersome. But I'm going to try and tie it, and we'll see what happens. I might need to fiddle around to get it to look the way I want it to look. I'm glad we got the sound worked out after all of that. So apart from telling you that I'm going away this week, for those of you who are on my newsletter list, I have a newsletter coming out tomorrow morning. I've already scheduled it. It's going to, if it's behaving itself, it should be delivered into your inbox at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And the reason that I'm doing that is because obviously I wanted to get a newsletter out before I go away, because even though I'm not here, it doesn't mean you can't still order, because the online store is always there. And it doesn't mean that you can't still place your orders so that you're going to get in for the Craft Along event that I'm doing in September. So the Craft Along event is a new thing I'm doing. For this month or next, it's going to replace the online classes that I've done in the past. And there we go. It doesn't look too bad, except I wanted to make sure it doesn't go over my sending hugs. I don't want it to cover up my words. There we go. All right, so let's pop a dimensional or two behind this. So the Craft Along event will be Saturday afternoon, the 24th of September. And for those of you who are overseas, for example, Jean, in the US, that should be at a really good time for you. Okay, it should be like evening, but not too late. I'm not exactly sure what time, but it should be a good time. So also weekends I find tend to go well for a lot of my customers, so they're very often free on a Saturday afternoon, so that's a time that I think will suit a lot of people. And we're going to be we're doing a watercolor class. So I'm teaching some watercolor techniques, and I'm sending out to everyone who's placed the orders with me. So if you're in Australia and you've ordered through me during the month of August, any order over $60, you're going to get a packet from me in the mail to make the project up with me, with all the pieces in it that you need to make it. Okay. Right, so this is looking really pretty, and I want to use, these are some of the dies that are in that beautiful die set. So the ones that I used on this card were that one and this one, those two. It's very pretty, isn't it? I don't know if Cheryl's watching tonight, but if she is, I know how much she loves purple, and if she isn't watching, she'll probably be watching the replay. It is one way of making up your mind. Having your mind made up for you. All right, so I'm popping a glue dot onto that so that it can just sit there and pop off the edge there. And then the other one, which seems to have gone, it may have run off with the other label perhaps. No, found it. I'm obviously having one of those nights where everything sort of goes missing. But that happens sometimes. Oh. Slide this in. That's better. Under here. There we go. Just like that. And then, of course, I need to pop that on a card base. So very simple little card, really. This is super simple. And I'm going to do another super simple card with you, but something quite different in just a moment. Purple's your favourite colour too, Donna. All right, so there's a mark there. That's good. We're going to cover that up. And before we do that, I'm actually just going to sponge around with my ink. I'm just going to, because I haven't got an extra layer under it, that's when I quite often do sponge around. Oh, wouldn't some iridescent rhinestones look good on here? What do you think, Jody? Iridescent rhinestones for you? I'm just using a bit of sponge chopped up. The only thing you'll see me use tonight, and I should be using a sponge dauber, but I was too lazy to go over to the drawer and get one. The only thing you're going to see me use tonight that we don't sell is this sponge. Everything else that you see me using is available for purchase through the online store. Here we go. Bling, definitely. Excuse me while I cough. All right. I'm liking this card. Looks really nice. I'm just thinking we've got the iridescent rhinestones, which we know are going to look good because they've got purple and a bunch of other colors, but we've also got these. Got these like little sequins. So I'm thinking maybe for a change we'll use those. So I'm going to pop a couple of those. Look, they're very blingy, aren't they? Very pretty. This one's sticking out of my fingernail. Try that again. No, that one doesn't want to stick because I left the sometimes if you're not careful, that's why you should use your take your pick tool or your scissors to take these off, because sometimes you leave the adhesive behind. And see, I don't know if you can see, but the adhesive is still there for that one that I just had. So I'm going to grab my scissors and take them off that way, because that way you do not miss out. I'll put one of those there. I'm going to go to town with my bling tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more because we need an odd number. Just has to be an odd number. I'm deciding where I want them to be. I might put one on here. And then that one needs to be moved. That looks better. All right. What do you think? Do we like it? Little bit of bling, looks really good. I do like that it's the purple. These are called adhesive back sequins and gems. Really, really pretty. Okay, and it looks really nice with the purple, with the fresh freesia. All right, that's card number 1. Very simple, easy card. How do we go? I think we good. I think we went good. So then I thought, well, what's something else I can show you that I haven't played with before? And I was thinking about something I really, really like, but I want to show you. I've already used most of, or half the pack. So I've only got 3 sheets left, and I've used all the dotty ones. I've used all the ones that look like there's, so half the sheets in this pack are flocked like velvet, and the other half of the sheets are iridescent. So you can see this is one of the iridescent ones. Can you see those gorgeous colors showing in the snowflakes? Really, really pretty. And these are the flocked ones. So they've got that beautiful velvet finish. I don't know if you can see it very well. Can you kind of see that? So it's like a really thick vellum, but it's the Snowflake Vellum, and it has that beautiful, beautiful finish. And there's different designs. So some of them have got snow, like dots, and then the other ones have got the iridescent finish. I'm just going to find my, I just had it. Where is the, quickly grab you a catalogue so I can, here we go. So I can show it to you in the catalogue, because it's actually hiding in the catalogue. So if you go to the index and you look it up, it's called Snowflake 12x12 Specialty Vellum, and you'll find it on page 40. And I think a lot of people miss it because it's kind of just sneaking here over the edge of the page. Can you see that? All right, just down here over the corner. And they've shown a few examples, like this one's got snowflakes on it. This one's got the snowy drops, because there's in the pack there are 6 sheets. So you've got two of the iridescent snowflake ones, 2 of the velvet ones, that they are different designs to each other, and then there's an iridescent snowflake, sorry, the little snowy one, and there's a velvety snowy one. And I've used all of those ones up on other cards that I've done. So tonight, oh yes, they are really, really beautiful. So tonight we get to choose. See, I'm going to get you guys to help me. Do we want to go with velvety snowflakes, or do we want to go with iridescent snowflakes? Which way do you think we should go? Yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it, Michelle? It's lovely. It's very, very pretty. And it's, like I said, it's kind of hiding in the catalogue. For anyone who is wondering how much it is, so you turn to page 40, or you can look up the index too, which is very often the easiest way to go. So page 40. And it's $17.50 for a pack of 6 12x12 sheets. Oh, lots of different responses. We're having velvety and we're having iridescent. Let me go back up and see who was first. Denise was first, and she chose velvety. Right. Okay. So thanks, Denise. Okay. So we'll do that one another time. Now we get to pick which one of these, and I think I'm gonna pick this time. I like this one, so that's the one I'm going to pick next. So we're going to go with the velvety one, but in this pretty little snowflake design. And I'm going to use this on a base of fresh freesia, because that's what we've got out tonight. I've already got, I think I'll just use a full size piece. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go 10.5 by 21, which is the full width of the cardstock, because that makes a square card. All right, so I'm going to make a little square card with this snowy velvet. And I'm going to pop that. Right, and then I'm going to cut this piece so it just fits inside that. Now, I'm deciding whether I just am going to put it, I'm going to start by cutting it at the 10 centimeter mark, which is also, for anyone who's wondering, it's also the roughly 10 centimeters is roughly 4 inches. Okay, so it's like it's a 4 1/4 inch square card. If you're going for inches, in centimeters it's 10.5 centimeters. So this can go straight onto here. You can see how easy peasy this is. I could, if I wanted to, add a white piece under it to give it a matte, but then you would lose some, like the loveliness of the purple coming through the vellum, and that is in itself quite nice. Now, the good thing about a vellum like this is that because of the design, it's really easy to hide your glue dots behind the design, right? So let's grab our glue dots out. Oh, they've fallen on the floor and they're stuck to the bottom of my shoe. That's okay. I do need to buy myself some more glue dots, I think. I'm starting to get a little bit low. All right, so find a glue dot, find a bit of the design, and I'm going to pop it. Actually, probably easier to do it this way. I'm going to pop it straight down here. So it's right behind that little velvet snowflake. And then I've got another one over here in the corner. One there. And you won't see these glue dots at all because it actually, in some ways, specialty vellum is easier to work with than regular vellum for that reason. It's very easy to hide your glue dots. And you can put, I try and put a couple as close to the corner as I can if there's a bit of a design there that you can hide it. Whoop, that one. That's 2 glue dots at once. That's all right. And then another one here. Right, and that's probably enough. I could put another one here in the corner, but we'll see how we go. And then this corner has one here, but I might pop one here as well because I want to make sure that the corners don't flap around. All right, very happy with that. And then we're just going to pop this here. I do like myself a square card from time to time. I think they're really classy. They look really nice, and you can still put them in a normal envelope. All right, so it's just really pretty, very easy to work with. So now I get to decide, well, what I want to do on top of that. I think, oh, I did cut. Let me see if it's still here. Earlier, I had the Lights Aglow. Oh, and I do still have it. Yay, I've got some pieces from the Lights Aglow set. This is such a beautiful die set. This is also in the current mini. So we have this beautiful one here that does this gorgeous little cutout edge. Can you see them? How nice these are. Very, very pretty. And this one is probably my favorite in that Lights Aglow set. Really, really beautiful. Just thinking, do I still have them out? Because they're so pretty. But I think this would be really nice to have here. But I feel like it needs something else, okay? We do need some sparkle. I mean, duh, right? So also I'm going to grab my little pokey tool here and push out the last couple of these guys, which hadn't quite popped out on their own. So I'm thinking we do need a little bit of sparkle. And for that, I'm going to go to the 6x6 white and red sparkle paper. So you might have seen me use this one before. We've got the red and the white, and I'm thinking the white behind here would look really, really beautiful. So give me a second, and I'm going to put this up so that we can see it, which is also going to show off a bit more of my messy desk, but that's okay. And I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine and pop this in. I have here my pieces, and then I'm going to use a circle from the Stylish Shapes, and I'm just deciding what size circle I should use. I could go with this one and it'll just be above and below a little bit here, or I can go with a bigger one. That might be too big. I'm not sure. I'm going to do both, and then we can decide which one we prefer. Let's pop this in. Now, this is the Brightest Glow set is the set that matches these Lights Aglow dies. The label that I'm using is from the Lights Aglow dies. And it has some beautiful sentiments in it, but one of my most favorite sentiments in it is it's just a really simple but really beautiful Merry Christmas. And I thought that would look really nice on this card. Let me move this. And I'll just quickly find the Brightest Glow stamp set. Whenever, here it is. I have too many stamps. It takes me too long to find my stamps. So this is the Merry Christmas I'm thinking of. And I think that would be really beautiful on this card. So here it is. It fits really beautifully on this label. So I think we'll go with the Fresh Freesia again. Let's move my bits and pieces out of the way here. Okay. Let's pop that on here. Isn't that the most beautiful Merry Christmas? I love it. I think that's stunning. All right, so now we get to choose which size circle. I do read comments. It takes me a while because I'm busy, right? Hey, be nice. All right, so I've got different. Oh, Jean's gone. Oh, bye, Jean. Thank you so much. Yep. All right, so we get to choose whether we want the sparkly white to be the big one. That's how it's looking. You can kind of see the sparkles when you turn it in the light. And then we've also got the smaller one. I think maybe the big one. What do you guys think? I think the big one is the go. The small one doesn't look quite right. Yep, big one. Thanks, Deb. Thanks. I agree. All right, so I'm going to pop this. Which way will I go? Okay, I'm going to pop this on here with dimensionals. 1, 2, and I think I'm just going to pop them straight down the middle. Like that. And I'm actually going to add dimensionals behind the circle as well. I don't think it's going to hurt. Trying to get it in exactly the right spot, nice and centered. I need to move it down a little bit, get a little bit better over it. All right, and then of course we are going to need some bling on this, absolutely. Actually, I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to put it over here instead. Pop one here because there's a bit more room on that side of the label, and then another up here. And it's a very simple little card. Very simple, but pretty. What do you think? Can you see the velvety goodness that's on that? You can kind of see it. It's really pretty. It makes you want to touch it. That's what that does. Or it does for me anyway. I wonder if it needs a ribbon. Feels like it needs something. Maybe a little white seam binding ribbon, maybe? What do you think? Zoom in. Okay. Good idea. There we go. I could go. Let's try a little bit of the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. This was in last year's catalogue and they kept these open weave ribbons in this year, and I'm so glad because they're just beautiful. Easy to tie, easy to work with. just going to get the bow the size that I want it to be, only quite small. There we go. Every time I go to pick up my glue dots, I can't find them. All right. There we go. I'm going to call that a simple finished card. What do we think? Do we like it? Well, they kind of go together tonight, don't they? Some nights I know my cards are wildly not anything alike and they don't even look good next to each other. But these ones do because they're both in the purples. So there we go. Oh, thank you guys. Well, I'm going to miss you guys while I'm away the next couple of weeks, but don't worry. I'm still going to be checking in. I'm still going to be posting. I'm going to hopefully share some fun things that happen in New Orleans and on the rest of our travels. And I'm really hoping that you guys are really going to enjoy all the goings on over the next couple of weeks. And I'm hoping to come back with a whole bunch of new ideas and things that I've learned, which is going to be great. Thank you so much, Joan. I'll say hi to Robin for you. Thank you. I do plan to have a good, safe trip. Always the hardest part is before you go and getting ready, but we're most of the way there. I'd say we're 90% of the way there. I've actually got my bag packed. I've just got to double check we've got everything. So I'm glad you like these. Thank you so much. If you're in my team, I see a couple of the girls here watching are actually in my group. Don't forget, I am still going to be live with you guys at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And also I will still have things being posted during this time as well. And I'll post some fun things about what we're doing in there as well. I will. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic week, you guys, and stay safe as I plan to as well. And see you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.